Alright, how much saliva does your body produce a day? Can sweat give away your emotions? How many skins will you shed throughout your life? The human body is a mystery, but no one says you can't reveal some of its secrets. 'Cause here we go! Your body produces 2 to 4 pints of saliva every day. It helps fight off infection in your mouth and digest food. Glands producing saliva are not only at the bottom of your mouth, but also on the insides of your cheeks. Surprised? Sweat is more than just your body's air conditioning system. If you sweat because you're afraid, ashamed, or anxious, the scent will inform those around you about your emotional state. By the way, there are between 2 and 5 million sweat glands on your body. They produce 2 different kinds of sweat, stress sweat and regular one. Stress-related sweat has fatty acids and proteins in it, and the regular one is mostly made up of water, salt, and a tiny bit of other substances. There are 7 octillion atoms in your body. Yep, that's 7 followed by 27 zeros. Count them. Bromidrophobia is the fear of body smells. Your brain is up to 80% water, and it's very important to keep it hydrated. Your teeth are the only body part that can't repair itself.
Aww.
Well then, don't forget to brush. Your hair knows when you're asleep and tracks your sleeping pattern. If you wake up too early or go to bed very late, your hair will show it. Stress and fear can speed up earwax production. Ew. Your lips look red because there is a great concentration of tiny blood capillaries right below the skin. All living creatures on Earth are relatives to some extent. For example, you share most of your DNA with apes, cats, mice, and cows. You also have something in common with bananas. 1% of your DNA is the same. No matter how hard you try, you won't be able to tickle yourself. You'll always know the exact tickling time, place, and manner, unlike when someone else is tickling you. Relaxing music slows your heart rate down, and upbeat and energetic tunes speed the pulse up. Even though some animals may look as if they're crying, people are the only living beings that can produce emotional tears. Other creatures shed tears to lubricate their eyes. You're more likely to have a bad dream if you're sleeping in a too hot or too cold room. 1 in 200 to 500 people has an extra rib called cervical. This bone rarely bothers its owners, and the person may not even know they have it. If you walk for 12 hours a day, it would take you a bit less than 700 days to travel around the world. By age 60, most people lose half of their taste buds. Getting back to bones for a second, you have more than 200 of them in your body, and a quarter of them are in your feet. That's why if those bones aren't aligned properly, it has an effect on the entire body. Each taste bud functions as a mini computer. It consists of up to 100 cells that analyze taste information. There's no scientific proof that if you shave your hair, it'll grow back darker and thicker than before. Keep in mind that ATMs are as dirty as public toilets. When researchers took swabs from ATM's keyboards, they found tons of harmful bacteria. Your nose remembers more than 50,000 different smells. That's why when you hear such phrases as hot chocolate, a new car, summer rain, you immediately recall the smell. When you blink, you not only keep your eyes clean and moist, you also take a micro nap. Researchers from Washington University have discovered that blinking sharpens attention and serves as a tiny recharge. Not only your fingerprints are unique, your tongue and lip prints, palm prints, teeth, and earlobes can also be used to identify you. The left lung isn't as heavy and large as the right one, because it has to leave some room for your heart. Ah. Dirty hair helps the environment. Huh? Scalp oils absorb ozone. At ground level, it's a bad air pollutant. Your stomach changes its lining every 3 to 4 days. Otherwise, powerful gastric acids would eat through its walls, and you would digest yourself. People eat more proteins today, which may be the reason why finger and toenails grow much faster these days than they did 50 years ago. The appendix actually benefits your health. This organ protects good bacteria in the gut. If something goes wrong, the bacteria that was previously hiding in the appendix can repopulate the digestive system. The human body emits visible light, which means that you do glow. Even better, you're the brightest at about 4 p.m., and your glow is the least visible at 10 a.m. Unfortunately, this glowing is 1,000 times less intense than what your eyes can see. The skin is the thinnest on your eyelids and the thickest on your palms and the soles of your feet. Your skin regenerates every 27 to 30 days. It means that throughout life, you'll shed about 1,000 skins. By the age of 60, 40% of women and 60% of men start to snore. On average, snoring doesn't get louder than 60 decibels, which is as loud as a regular conversation. But sometimes, the noise level can reach 80 decibels. That's as loud as a food blender. And 85 decibels can cause harm to your ears and your marriage. Heh. Your small intestine is, on average, 4 times the length of your body. The thigh bone is the strongest one in your body. It's tougher than steel and concrete and can support 30 times the weight of an adult person. People have more than 5 basic senses. There's also the sense of space, sense of pain, sense of balance, sense of time, sense of temperature around and in the body. Yeah, you get the idea. What they sometimes lack is common sense. Scientists have found out that sitting and looking upward makes it easier to recall positive memories. But if you need to remember something bad, you should sit and look downward. Your feet have 500,000 sweat glands on them. Those can produce more than a pint of sweat a day, and some stinky socks too. Your pinky is responsible for more than 50% of your hand strength. Short but powerful. All muscles in your body are connected to bones at 2 ends. That's how they pull and create motion. But there's one exception. It's your tongue. On one side, it's connected to a part of your neck. But there's nothing connecting the other side. The average person has about 250 hairs per eyebrow, but some individuals can have as many as 1,100 hairs in total. Speaking of eyebrows, they prevent raindrops and sweat from getting in your eyes, and their arched shape makes the liquid slide to the sides of your face. Even if fingerprints are damaged, they always grow back in the way they used to be. Your skeletal cells never stop regenerating. That's why you'll get a completely new skeleton every 10 years or so. This process slows down with age though, and the regeneration takes longer. That's why bones become thinner. People are taller in the morning. During the day, the cartilage around the bones gets compressed, which makes you shorter in the evening. When you're at rest, your liver is the organ that gets the largest blood supply. By the way, the liver is also the biggest solid organ in your body. An adult person takes 12 to 16 breaths a minute. It adds up to 17,000 to 23,000 breaths a day. Blood vessels may be tiny, but if you stretch the whole network, their length would be more than 60,000 miles. It's more than twice the distance around the Earth. There are also almost 700 muscles in your body. The smallest of them is in the middle of your ear. Its main purpose is to stabilize the stapes, the tiniest bone in your body. It's responsible for transmitting sound waves to your inner ear. People find it hard to recognize someone they know if they're shown an image of this person without eyebrows. It means that brows are more important for face recognition than eyes. Blondes have the biggest number of hair follicles, around 146,000. The second place belongs to people with black hair. They have 110 follicles. Brown-haired individuals lag behind with 100,000 hair follicles. With 86,000 follicles on average, redheads have the least dense hair. Most people are trichromats. They see three primary colors: blue, yellow, and red. But there are some with a fourth cone cell in their retina. They can distinguish four primary colors: blue, yellow, red, and green. It makes the world look brighter to them. Feet can become bigger. Ligaments and tendons in them weaken with time, which makes the arches flatter and feet wider and longer. The stomach in your throat feeling you experience while riding a roller coaster is indeed your inside shifting. Some of your organs, like your intestines or stomach, are connected rather loosely. But don't worry, there's no harm in having some fun. Afterward, everything kinda slides back in place.